So yes, the one therapist to fit them all? No. How to find your Gandalf? This is on how to find a therapist. My name is Stephanie Dries. I have a master's in science in clinical mental health counseling, and I'm a licensed professional clinical counselor. It costed a lot of money, so thank you. Table of contents about me, cat bread, why not? Why am I doing this talk? I will actually go into how to find a therapist, I promise you. And then, once you find your therapist, and then how to know if it's working with them. All right, that's me as Bob Ross from Halloween. I've been a therapist since 2014. I co-own a ketamine-assisted psychotherapy clinic with 5 awesome therapists and a medical provider. I enjoy rock climbing and ice climbing. I am a big fan of psychedelics for healing. Alan Watts and Carl Jung have been some of my favorite people lately, and I've been listening and reading. And my cat's pretty cool. So, I don't know which my cat's name. Zelda in various red forms. All right. So we have the loaf. We have the roll. Anyone want to guess? Third? The big end. Croissant. There we go. All right. So why? Why am I doing this topic? Exposure therapy. As our host said, I'm terrified of public speaking, and there's a lot of people here. Ooh, all right. So, doing this for my own exposure. Thank you so much. But yeah, I had a lot of friends who were like, how do I find a therapist? How do I go about doing this? And so I thought it would be very important to tell people, how to search, letting people know you can ask for a consult, you can get to know them before you schedule your very first appointment. You can ask them questions too. So yeah, some questions people were asking about help. What does a therapist do? Where do I start? How do I find them? How do I know they're the right fit? Do I hug them after a session? Short answer, probably not. There's lots in touch in therapy that's been taboo and stuff, and I could do a whole presentation on that too. That's quite fascinating, but yeah. So I like to talk about I'm starting with the hero's journey by Joseph Campbell with this, kind of fitting in with the Lord of the Rings theme here, but people kind of have like a call, like something's maybe missing or not going right in their life, or there's like kind of this rumbling, and it's not gas, it's like something that's kind of starting where like things just feel off, but I don't quite know what. Maybe it could be both, who knows, but meeting the mentor is kind of part of this, like finding someone to help you along that journey. So that's kind of where the Gandalf comes in. And there's mentors of all kinds. Doesn't have to be a therapist. Could be lots of people, friends. Again, maybe people in books or podcasts, people that we find interesting or helpful along this entire journey, including like death and all of that fun stuff. But it eventually gets better, and then we start the whole process again. All right, I like to include this slide just to kind of know we have a big support network that's out there. It's not just an individual therapist. I took this slide from one of our ketamine presentations that we've done, but there's just a whole lot of help and support that's out there besides only a therapist. So a therapist is one person that can be of support to us. So what can therapy help with? It can help with emotions, anxiety, depression, grief, all those kinds of things. It can help with self-improvement. Maybe we're doing pretty well, but there's things that we can improve on. I've used therapy to help with public speaking. Believe it or not, I would be dying right now. So at least I'm able to talk to you at a hopefully decent pace right now. Behavioral changes. Maybe there's just certain behaviors we want to do more of, kind of coming up with ways of how to improve that better, that help our environments out too. Psychosomatic stuff, maybe there's something happening with our bodies, and seeking medical care isn't necessarily helping out, so kind of that mind-body connection. But also if there's long-lasting chronic diseases or medical stuff going on, helping accept that or learn how to live with some of these longer-term issues that are going on too. Trauma, I do believe a lot of stuff does stem from childhood or when we're younger, and it kind of help make that connection as well. Trauma is that thing happened then, it still feels like it's happening now, so when we resolve trauma, it's that thing that happened then, stays then, but I can be here now and make decisions from the present moment. Helping with new perspective, this is one of my favorite reasons of why I go to therapy. Sometimes I get very myopic or I'm kind of blind in my own thoughts, and so it's just kind of helps widen that view a little bit more so I can have kind of more perspectives and ways to think about things. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I feel like I'm talking. Thank you. Oh man, I'm gonna get a drink after this. Better understanding of the self. Just kind of need to know, like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, why do I do this behavior? What are my desires? What are my goals? So nice to know those things. Life challenges, life happens. Kind of help get through these difficult. There's lots of stuff in life that happens. Building coping skills. Sometimes you don't have the best ways of coping with things. Sometimes they're helpful in the short term, but not the long term. So learning what helps for the long term as well. And relationships. Sometimes we have difficulty relating or being in relationships, not only with our partners, but families, friends too. So there's couples counseling, family counseling, but then also maybe friends are having issues as well, so they can go together counseling as well. All right, so questions to consider. These are more logistical ones when you're first starting to search for a therapist. So are you looking to use insurance? Are you looking to use private pay? Do you want in-person? Do you want virtual? What are your goals for therapy? And also, who am I? So what are my identities that are important to me? That would be important in the therapist that I choose as well. So maybe it's a religion, a religion is very important to me, so I want them to be knowledgeable or also practicing in that religion, or the same ethnic or cultural identity as well. And also what type of therapy. If you kind of know what type of therapy you're interested in, you can search for that as well. That's a pretty big topic as well. I'm not going to go into the individual types of therapy. And that's one question you can ask a therapist as well. It's what types of therapy do you do? What are those? How do they work? So these are questions you can ask. So the first one, I'm actually going to get into how to find a therapist. The first place I usually tell people to go is psychologytoday.com. This is where most therapists put themselves out there for advertisement. So you'll get quite a lot of therapists that are out there. And I also really like the filter tools that they have too, so you can really narrow it down to what you're looking for as well. This is a list of all the different specialties that they have that you can filter through. They also have what insurances they accept, if they're taking clients now, different other, just lots of different filters. But yeah, so they have specialties. They also have the types of therapies that they do as well, if you want to be very specific in what you're looking for. Another resource I like too is called OpenPath. And this is more an affordable way if you don't want to use insurance, and some of the private pay ones are a little too spendy. This one you pay a lifetime membership of $65, and then sessions are about $30 to $70 a session, which in the therapy world is very affordable. And this one, they also have a lot of the same filter tools that Psychology Today had. So I like this website as well. This is the Walk-In Counseling Center. Has anyone heard of this place before? Yes, a few people. Awesome. Yeah. So they have volunteer therapists. This place is completely free. And you can actually just walk in to see someone. Hopefully someone's available, or you can let them know ahead of time and schedule an appointment too. I can't think of the Walk-In Center without thinking about Christopher Walken. So there he is. And then we have the online therapy websites as well. Has anyone used one of these? Yes. Can I talk to you? Sure. Okay. How was it? Okay. I have a slide that kind of talks about it, so good to know about your thoughts. But this one, let me know if this is correct. But you can chat with your therapist however often you want, but they respond once a day, and you get a video or phone call session with them at least once a week. Yes, okay. And you pay maybe a weekly or monthly subscription for this. Yeah. Oh, so that's what these are like. So here's kind of the pros and cons of each of these. And of course you can, call your insurance company and say hey, what therapists are in my network, and they'll give you a list of therapists. You can also ask your work too. Sometimes there's an employee assistance program that they'll give you like 6 free sessions with a therapist. And then you can also just look around you. What's in your area? What clinics are there? And you can call them up and see what therapists that they have available. The pros with this option is you know that they accept insurance or that it's covered. There are limited options of the therapists that would be available to you. With Psychology Today, you do get a wider search of therapists that are available. You might be able to find kind of what you're looking for. But some of these therapists, they might not accept insurance and they might be more expensive with the private pay option. With OpenPath, it is affordable. You can't use your insurance and they might have limited options for you as well. With the Walk-In Counseling Center, it's free. But there are limited options in who's available. You can get whoever's available at that time. And then with BetterHelp and Talkspace and the other online therapy options, it is accessible. It's very accessible. You can message your therapist and hopefully they respond to you at some point that day. And you can meet with them once a week. But it's really not for crisis or depth counseling. It's virtual only and they don't accept insurance. Does that sound right? Is that for your... Yeah, okay. Some do take insurance? Oh, cool. Okay, all right. Well, all right. So they might also accept insurance. So questions to ask. Once you kind of found some people, you might have a few people on the list. And yes, you can ask for a consult. So this is just meeting, like meeting with them on the phone or over video. It might be rare to actually go in person to see them. But yeah, kind of ask for that consult before you schedule an appointment with them. And yes, you can ask questions. So some of the questions I tend to ask or I let people know that might be helpful is how long have they been doing therapy for? What was their previous careers? For some people it's a second career for them, so I'm always kind of fascinated to know what their life experience was like before then. I like to ask how did they get into therapy? What drove them to do this? What's their interest or passion with it? Again, asking what type of therapy that they do, and yeah, definitely ask them like, what is that? Can you explain that a little bit more? How would you go about doing that? If we were in session together, also ask what their training is, where did they go to school, even in the specific modalities that they might do, like what was their training in that modality. And then I like to, if there's like something specific that you really want them to get or know or be cool with. So again, I like psychedelics for healing, so I tend to ask therapists, obviously, how do you feel about psychedelics for healing? So if they, to see if they're okay with it or if they're going to give me a drug assessment and think that I'm addicted to mushrooms or something. So it's probably not going to be a good match for me. And then I just, I like very authentic therapists, so I like to ask them, like, who are you? What are your interests and all of that? So I like to know that they're human. Yeah. Any other questions that people can think of that they tend to be interested in asking a therapist? Yes?
I like to ask the therapist
If they're a therapist?
if they're in therapy.
If they're in therapy themselves.
If they're in therapy. Ooh, that's a good one too. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Did someone else do something? Yes. Oh, hello.
It's kind of fall to that. Are you kind of required to do that to avoid transfer?
Like, are they required to do therapy themselves?
I mean, like, transfer your issues.
Yeah. I'll get to that. You are first in line for questions. That's a good one. Yes. Yes.
I'd like to ask about the neurodiversity paradigm because some therapists either that it's bad to take your identity from being autistic. Others think it's really important to find your identity in something like autism. So that is really key for me.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, that sounds really important. Yeah. Yes.
One question I ran into is I was trying to be a foster parent. And the question that I would ask in the future of some therapists is, how comfortable are they legally obligated to report on my care?
I didn't hear the last part there.
If they're legally obligated
Oh.
to discuss my care.
Yes, the mandated reporting part of it. Yes.
But the part where, what do they have to tell me because that won't interrupt my care?
Okay. Okay. That also sounds. I don't know if that's a question for the end too, or just something like you're thinking about for your future. Oh, I don't know if I could paraphrase that. Yeah.
So it's like the therapist said, I don't feel that it would be legally good for my patient if I spoke about their care, even though I know that it's important for them to know about it. it would make it harder for me to provide proper care if I was to disclose any information.
If you were disclosing information, okay. So it's about disclosure of information. Okay, yes. Okay. So yeah, there were some questions to ask there. Therapeutic alliance is one of the most important things when you are finding that therapist, feeling comfortable with them, feeling like you can open up to them. Some of the important qualities of building that therapeutic alliance, or just like the therapeutic relationship, like how you two are interacting with each other. Trust is one. Can I trust that person? Do I feel like I can open up to them? Safety is another important one. Do I feel safe enough to share these difficult vulnerabilities with myself? Bonding, do I feel bonded with this person? Like we are working well together. Consistency, having them show up and be there, be a reliable person. I do parts work, so I work with some of our beliefs or thoughts kind of come from younger ages, and so sometimes I'm talking to a person's younger self, and when we're younger we kind of need that consistency and reliability in some of our caregiver. Does that mean I have 6 minutes left?
15 minutes.
I'm at 15 minutes? Oh, great, okay. So yeah, consistency is important. Collaboration, are we working together? Agreements, are we on the same page of our goals together and what we're talking about? And then effective communication, are we able to communicate with each other well? And there's going to be disruption or conflict that's going to happen, and so can we go through that repair process? So the nice things also about therapy is we're trying out these skills with hopefully a safe person, and then that's going to hopefully help us be able to do that with other people in our lives, or be able to take that outside of the therapy session as well. And a lot of these do take time, so it's not going to be like, oh my God, we're best friends right away. It's going to take a few sessions to build these and work on these and then feel safe opening up, because it's pretty much a stranger we're telling these things to that we maybe haven't told someone ever. So yeah. All right, so you have found your therapist. Will you accept this rose? So you found your therapist. Now what? How do you know it's working? Oh my gosh, is it working? Is this the right person? So are you meeting your goals? There's an emphasis on feeling better rather than feeling better, because there's a saying of you need to feel to heal, or sometimes it gets worse before it gets better, but the important thing is that you're going through the process and you're feeling again. Increased self-compassion, you're noticing shifts outside of the therapy session, wow, I wouldn't have done this a few weeks ago, and now I'm noticing I'm doing this. Same with behavioral changes, increased resiliency, wow, this thing happened, again, if this would have happened a few weeks ago, I don't know if I would have been able to handle it, but I was able to handle it this time, and I'm still standing on my 2 feet. Improvement on overall quality of life, bigger understanding of yourself, and then improvements in relating and your relationships as well, kind of noticing those connections are getting better and improving. So, just as there are many Gandalfs, we have Gandalf the White, Gandalf the Grey, and this other Gandalf as well. Yes, there is not only one therapist. There might be many therapists. You might find 3 that you like. And you might also notice that one therapist can only take you so far. They only have so many skills, or you've accomplished certain goals, but now new things have come up, and it might be time to find another therapist. You can talk about your therapist with this, I'm kind of feeling a little bit stuck, or I'm noticing I'm not really seeing a lot of improvement in this. And they may be able to try some new things, or they might be like, oh yeah, you might need to do this intervention, let's refer you out to this person. So don't feel like you have to stay with that one person. You can find a new therapist, and it might be wow, I really like this therapist, but I feel like they've taken me as far as I can go, and now I need kind of a new mentor that's there. Thank you. I wanted to thank you all for being so patient and helping me out. So I have Zelda in other animals' forms. I have the shrimp. I have the donkey. Can anyone guess the third one?
Fish.
Mermaid.
Oh my gosh, someone said otter. Yeah! Last one?
Hermit crab.
Fair. I have Trash Panda. And then I have resources of all the places I talked about. All right.